It is always great chatting with my next guest, and he's finally going to be back in action here, UFC 270, January 27th. Matt Frevola. Matt, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Just putting the finishing touches on a great fight camp, and I'm excited to get out to Cali and do this.
Yeah, and we're just excited to see you back, man. I know it's been a bit since we've seen you in the cage, not since, I think, June of last year. Were you trying to get back in there a little bit sooner? What's the reason for the layoff?
No, I got married in September, and so I was kind of focusing on that. And then we went on an amazing honeymoon. We're out in Italy and in the Seychelles Islands in Africa. And I actually got fight news on like the last day of my honeymoon, which was a great way to just cap everything off.
Oh, that's cool, man. Well, congrats on the wedding. How did everything go? Were you more nervous for that and it going well than some of your fights, or how was the wedding?
Wedding was beautiful. We got married out in Montauk, had like an outdoor ceremony, and I remember the beginning of the day was like cloudy, so we were getting nervous. But as soon as my wife got there, the sun came out, and it was a beautiful, beautiful wedding.
Yeah, well, that's good. You got to enjoy that, and like I said, really happy to see you back in the cage. I know the last fight didn't go as planned, but I mean, I don't know who's had worse luck when it comes to opponent switch-ups and scheduling conflicts and all this stuff than you, man. Is that sort of what you take away from it, just a simple mistake and the fact that it was short notice again, or what do you take away from that last fight?
Yeah, it was a tough one. I was 100% prepared, but then they had that opponent switch on me, went from orthodox to southpaw, and I love fighting southpaws, but I think I just didn't do any sparring against any southpaws, and the stars aligned for Terrence, and he threw a great 1-2, and he caught me, and that's the fight game. But we live to fight another day.
Yeah, and you get to here at UFC 270. Let's talk about your opponent here, undefeated. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him?
Yeah, he's a good, tough guy, undefeated, 10-0, Mexican fighter. I remember seeing, he's an undefeated Mexican fighter. I was thinking he was going to be like a boxer, because they got the great boxing roots down there. But I started watching his fights and saw he's like a new age Mexican fighter, an MMA Mexican fighter. He's still got the good hands, but he mixes it up and looks to grapple and looks to do everything. And, that excites me. I'm a complete mixed martial artist, and I love fighting in every aspect of mixed martial arts. So, it excites me that he wants to do the same. And I definitely see me beating him everywhere.
Does it add a bit more that he is undefeated? You could hand him that first loss, or you don't care about that?
Yeah, I love fighting undefeated fighters. He's not my first undefeated fighter I fought, and he probably won't be my last. And, I remember when I was undefeated coming off the Contender Series. So, I've been where he's been, and, I'm going to give him a good welcome to the UFC.
Anything different for this camp? Training with your good buddy, Billy Q. How's camp going leading into this?
Camp's going great. I did, most of pretty much my whole camp, home, Long Island with the nice. Sarah Longo team, working a lot with Ray. A lot with Matt and everyone at Sarah BJJ. I did make it down to Tampa for a little bit and got a good sparring session in with Billy Q and worked with Arroyo and Dan Rawlings down there. But I've been up here back home, and it's been a great camp. It's definitely pretty cold up here now, but
yeah, it toughens you up. It's like Rocky, right? When he went down to Russia and did the same thing. It's same sort of weather. Maybe not as extreme, but I used to live in Toronto, so I know how the weathers are in New York because they're pretty close. So
yeah, you're right. It does. It toughens you up here.
Yeah, like honestly, like there's nothing worse than like having to start your car in the morning, going to do something. Like in my case, it was just going to work or whatever. But imagine having to go to the gym and it's freezing out. It toughens you up, does it not?
It does. Yeah, there's something. This Northeast, Northeast, we're tough We're tough up here.
Yeah, no, that's great. You talked about obviously getting married and doing the honeymoon and all that stuff. How's the weight cut going? Because I know you probably enjoyed yourself a little bit. I know there was a while back, but we also had Christmas coming up. How's the weight going into this fight?
It's going good. I'm right on schedule, and it's nice. I had last year, I had a fight the same time. I fought in Abu Dhabi last year. I think it was January 23rd. So I've been kind of going back and looking at my notebook, looking at my last fight camp, and like see what I did the week of Christmas. What did I do the week of New Year's? Because whenever you fight in January, it's always tough. You got to get through those holidays. but we've been right on schedule, ahead of schedule a lot of the time, and I'm feeling great. My weight's on point, and I'm ready to go.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
I got head coach, Ray Longo. He's the man. He's going to be with me. And then, longtime coach Matt Arroyo has been with me since my amateurs for my whole career. And then got to bring that kid Billy Q around to beat up fight week. Another
Yeah, you
gets
guys are
me,
like a tag team. You can't be separated, right? It's like one of those package deals, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't feel right without me like punching him in the face a couple times during fight week. So it's always gets me feeling good.
And I know we talked about him before, but you mentioned Matt Arroyo. I think people forget he was on The Ultimate Fighter. I mean, here's a guy that fought at the highest level, and I know coaching has really been sort of, well, it's only the thing he's been doing, but I just hear so many positive things about his coaching style from Billy Q. I imagine it's had the same impact on you and your career as you continue to progress.
Oh yeah, he's a phenomenal coach and just a phenomenal mind, MMA mind, and he's been with me from the beginning. He taught me what a fight camp was. And, I've had him in my corner every one of my fights. And even since I moved back up to New York, me and Arroyo have kept great relationship. And I'm always going down there to train with him and train with Billy Q, and then see my mom who lives down there. And he's got a great relationship with Ray, and we all click. So it's a great team.
How's this fight playing out on January 22nd?
I'm going to go in there. I'm going to finish this guy. I'm not having any expectations. I feel like I match up well with this guy anywhere. I could beat him anywhere. And we're going to see what he gives me. I know he comes out hot. He's got a lot of finishes. But I can mix it up. I can beat him everywhere. And I'm just looking to come out there and finish him. That's what we need to do.
What's the goals for 2022? Just keep active, sort of probably 3 fights, I would imagine would sort of be ideal for you.
Yeah, that's always the goal, is 3 fights, but it starts it starts January 22nd. Just got to get that big win, and then we go from there.
And last question, how's it been with the new management group? I know this has been, fight number 2, and it was a little bit interesting, obviously, and not by your design, but Terrence is also managed by Iridium. So how's it been with them since going forward? Because I know that was something that you changed last year.
Yeah, it's been good. House has been a great guy, and then everyone on his team has helped me out a lot and been great. And, it's funny, Valdez is actually
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can't avoid it, right? So
yeah. So, I mean, we're same management, been fighting a lot of the guys, which is kind of weird. I'm not really used to that, but they treat me well. They do good by me, and it's been great.
Good stuff, man. And this is a great card, UFC 270, January 22nd. Matt, always appreciate the time, man. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I got to thank my gyms, Longo and Weidman, Sarah BJJ, Acceleration Sports Training, Grace Tampa South. And then, my sponsors, the CBD's been helping me out a lot this camp. Sonny's Wellness, I take it every night. I rub the cream on anything that hurts, and before training, after training. And then No Judges Needed has been with me since my amateur debut, and, the best gear around. So thanks everyone who supports me, through the ups and the downs. That last fight was a tough one. And I really got to see, who rides with me, through a lot of people counted me out after that last fight. And the people who stuck around and are with me, I'm looking to go out there and really make proud.